Hey, Taylor Elwood here, your mad scientist and magical experimenter, and I want to talk a bit about how I integrate magic into meditation. And I already talk a bit about it in the blog post, which you can find the link to in the video below here, so check that out. But this is a little bit of an expansion on one of the points in there, and so really check out the blog post, but also watch the video. And for me, the way that I incorporate meditation into magical practice is that I use meditation as a way to create I'm going to say kind of the ground, as it were, the foundation of my magical practice. Now, it wasn't always that way. When I first started practicing magic, I didn't meditate at all. And it wasn't until years later that I did. Or at least, rather, it wasn't until years later that I came to the specific types of meditation, because I'm going to point out there are practices in Western occultism that can be considered meditation. I mean, when I first started practicing magic, I did some sound chants, for example, where I would say the names of the of the different words of God. Jehovah and Adonai, etc., etc. And that could be considered a meditation. It's a meditation on specific symbols and concepts, the names of God in this case, but it could be considered a form of meditation. And, I did that for a long time, so it's not like I didn't do meditation, but the meditation that I ended up ultimately coming to was the meditation that I use for doing internal work. And I find that before I do any magical work, doing that kind of internal work to smooth things out can be very, very helpful. So a lot of times when I'm doing magical work, I'll do meditation beforehand to get myself to a place of stillness and quietude, and basically ready myself for the magical work that I'm doing. And then, of course, sometimes I'll do the meditation in the magical work. And at that point, what I'll be doing is just incorporating it into achieving an altered state of consciousness and using that altered state of consciousness for the purposes of the magic. For example, sometimes I'll do a meditation where I'm trying to connect with the spirit, or doing a path working, or something else along those lines. And the benefit of that is that it will allow me to take what I'm working on and apply it even further through that altered state of consciousness. It'll allow me to become very receptive to what I'm trying to achieve with that connection. So if I'm meditating, and seeking to connect with the spirit, it's basically preparing my mind for connecting with that spirit. And I think a lot of times when people have trouble with some of the things that they're trying to do with magic, like let's say you have trouble with you're trying to invoke a spirit or whatever, I think one of the reasons why people have trouble is that they haven't necessarily prepared their mind adequately for that purpose. And that's where meditation can come in, because with meditation, you are essentially laying the groundwork to make yourself more receptive to the experience you're seeking to create in yourself for the purposes of doing the magical work. So I just wanted to share that with you. I know this is a short, brief video, but go check out the blog post, and I'll talk to you later.